So you need a car, but you're a student, which means you're probably broke, busy, and just trying to make it to class, work, or Taco Bell without your car breaking down. You don't need a brand new Tesla or a dream car for that. You need something simple, something cheap, something that won't break your wallet every time a light comes on. So here are the top 10 best cars for students under $5,000. Each one is reliable, easy to work on, and won't leave you stranded or crying in the campus parking lot. And stick around until the end, because our number one pick is so underrated that most students overlook it completely, but the ones who buy it swear they'll never drive anything else. So let's get into it. Ford Focus. If you're a student on a budget, the 2008 to 2011 Ford Focus might just be your best friend. It comes with a 2-liter inline-4 engine that puts out around 140 horsepower, which is not going to win you any drag races, but it's more than enough to zip through city traffic and handle highway cruising. And you'll get about 22 miles per gallon in the city and up to 30 on the highway, which means fewer stops at the gas station and more money left for snacks or textbooks. Most models in this range come with either a 5-speed manual or a 4-speed automatic transmission, paired with front-wheel drive for predictable handling in all seasons. And whether you pick the sedan or hatchback, the Focus is light, easy to park, and surprisingly fun to drive for a budget car. Well, now, it's not perfect. The interior has that early 2000s Ford plastic feel, and the automatic transmissions in particular have a bit of a reputation for being temperamental. But if you go for the manual version or find a well-maintained automatic, you're looking at a car that's reliable, affordable, and easy to maintain, with used prices currently hovering around $2,500 to $4,500 depending on mileage and condition. And yeah, it won't turn heads, but the Ford Focus is like your smartest low-key classmate. Quiet, dependable, and always shows up when you need it most. They're mass-produced, and most importantly, mechanics don't mind working on it because it's easy to work on and all the parts are readily available. Mitsubishi Mirage. Now, the Mitsubishi Mirage is a compact hatchback that prioritizes affordability and fuel efficiency over speed and style. Powered by a 1.2-liter 3-cylinder engine, it produces just around 74 horsepower, which will definitely save you a lot of money at the pump. In city driving, the Mirage averages 28 miles per gallon, and on the highway, it stretches that to about 35 miles per gallon, making it one of the most fuel-efficient picks under $5,000. Now, this car weighs under 2,000 pounds, which helps explain both its great fuel economy and less than stellar highway stability. Most models come with either a 5-speed manual or a CVT automatic transmission, and while neither makes the car any quicker, they're both cheap to maintain. With basic wheels, modest interior features, and no real frills, the Mirage is built to be simple, and that's a good thing for a student budget. Fewer features mean fewer things that can break. It also means lower insurance premiums and incredibly low upkeep costs. So, if you're someone who commutes, delivers food, or just needs basic A to B transportation with the lowest running cost possible, the Mirage delivers, quietly, slowly, and without any fuss. Volkswagen Golf and Jetta. Well, admit it, we're a little biased here. The Volkswagen Golf has a special place in our hearts, and it's not hard to love. Think of it as the compact European hatchback that refuses to be boring, and if you're not into hatchbacks, the Jetta is basically its sedan twin. Same, but a different body style. With fuel economy in the ballpark of 23 miles per gallon in the city and 30 on the highway, it won't make you cry at the gas pump. Most budget-friendly Golfs and Jettas you'll find under $5,000 come with a 2-liter 4-cylinder, making 115 to 150 horsepower depending on the trim. That's plenty for everyday driving and a little fun, especially with a manual transmission, which you'll see on a lot of base models. And if you get lucky in your search, you might stumble across one with a legendary 1.8 turbo motor, which brings a healthy bump in power, or the VR6, a narrow-angle 6-cylinder that sounds fantastic and pulls like a train. Those are rarer at this price point, but if you find one that's been cared for, it's worth pouncing on. Also, another thing you'll notice, many of the Golfs and Jettas for sale have already been modified. Sometimes tastefully, sometimes less so. Either way, there's a massive aftermarket for these cars and a mountain of DIY tutorials online, meaning you can personalize yours as much as you want without breaking the bank. The Golf's hatchback design means you can throw in a week's worth of laundry, a couple of backpacks, or even a small dorm room's worth of stuff. The Jetta trades that cargo flexibility for cleaner sedan silhouette, but still offers plenty of trunk space. Inside, both give you that unmistakable German build quality. Solid, well thought out, and still feeling above budget car even if they're well into their teenage years. Where they lose a couple of points is in the maintenance. Parts are easy to find and most mechanics know their way around them, but repairs, especially chasing down electrical gremlins like moody power windows or flickering dash lights, can be pricier than your average Honda or Toyota fix. Still, if you're a student who wants something stylish without trying too hard, straightforward, drives better than most economy boxes, and has the potential for genuine driving fun, the Golf and Jetta are hard to beat. Honestly, if we're making this list purely on personal preference, this might be number 1. Mazda 3 Touring. Now we have the Mazda 3 Touring, which is one of the most underrated cars you can buy under $5,000, and possibly the most fun to drive in that price range. It's powered by either a 2-liter or a 2.3-liter 4-cylinder engine, producing between 148 and 160 horsepower, which makes it surprisingly quick for a compact car. Paired with either a 5-speed manual or a 4-speed automatic transmission and front-wheel drive, it offers agile handling that puts it well ahead of most economy sedans from the same era. Fuel economy sits at around 24 miles per gallon in the city and 29 on the highway, which is decent for a 2000s era car and more than enough for a college commute. Inside, the cabin feels sporty and driver-focused, although the rear seats can be a bit cramped for taller passengers. One thing to watch out for is rust, especially in regions that use road salt, as some models are known for corrosion around the wheel wells and undercarriage. But apart from that, the Mazda 3 is incredibly reliable with cheap and accessible parts, making it a great choice for students who want something affordable but not boring. It's mechanic-friendly, good on gas, and just plain fun to drive. That said, in our book, nothing in this price range matches the playful, tossable feel of a Volkswagen Golf or Jetta. The Mazda 3 is a solid all-rounder, but the Volkswagen Jetta just has that extra bit of personality that makes you look forward to getting behind the wheel. Acura TSX. If you ever wanted a luxury car without the luxury price tag, the Acura TSX might just be your perfect match. Underneath its sleek interior, it shares a lot with the Honda Accord, which means it comes with the same legendary reliability, but wrapped in a much more stylish and better equipped package. Powered by a 2.4-liter 4-cylinder engine, the TSX delivers around 200 horsepower and gets an estimated 21 miles per gallon in the city and 30 on the highway. Inside, you'll find leather seats, dual-zone climate control, and a cabin that feels way more upscale than most other sedans in this price range. It's also built like a tank, solid and safe, but still manages to look sharp. Its handling is tight, the ride is smooth, and if you opt for the 6-speed manual, it's a joy to drive. Now, it's not all perfect. Some models require premium fuel, which isn't ideal for a student budget. And while it's generally affordable to maintain, replacement parts can be slightly pricier than your typical Civic. But considering what you get, performance, comfort, and reliability, it still punches far above its weight. For students who want something practical but aren't willing to sacrifice looks or driving experience, the Acura TSX is a smart, refined, overachieving choice. It looks like more than $5,000, feels like more than $5,000, and most importantly, drives like more than $5,000. Ford Ranger. The early 2000s Ford Ranger may not win beauty contests, but it's the kind of ride that shows up, gets the job done, and doesn't ask for much in return. Under the hood, most Rangers come with a 2.3-liter inline-4, though if you're lucky, you might score one with a 3 or even 4-liter V6. Transmission options include a 5-speed manual for those who like to feel connected to the machine, or a 5-speed automatic for a more relaxed drive. Also, fuel economy isn't bad for a truck this old, around 24 miles per gallon in the city and 29 on the highway. The cabin is basic but not as stripped down as people think. Some Rangers came with old school manual windows, but some others had power windows, and honestly, once you've had them, you'll be glad you're not cranking a handle in traffic. And if you're lucky, you might even get ice-cold air conditioning that still works perfectly. And then, where the Ranger actually shines is its utility. So if you need to move your dorm furniture, toss it in the bed. Want to bring your mountain bike to the trails? No problem. Heading out of town with friends? Well, maybe just one friend, because regular cab space is tight. Extended cabs help, but you still won't be packing a football team in there. It's rear-wheel drive by default, with 4-wheel drive available on select trims. Perfect if your college experience includes a little mud. Towing capacity is up to 5,600 pounds, which means it's tougher than half the frat guys you'll meet on move-in day. And safety tech is old school. Dual airbags and anti-lock brakes, but no fancy sensors or side curtain airbags. Still, every mechanic from Oregon to Alabama knows how to fix a Ranger, and parts are cheap and everywhere. The Ford Ranger is the definition of practical. It's like that one friend who doesn't talk much but always helps you move. Cheap, tough, useful, and with just enough attitude to feel cool, this little truck is worth a serious look. Toyota RAV4. If you're a student looking for a vehicle that's equal parts reliable, practical, and affordable, the Toyota RAV4 from the 2006 to 2012 era deserves a serious look. As a compact SUV, it strikes the perfect balance between size and utility, big enough to carry your laundry, groceries, and 3 stressed-out roommates, but small enough to squeeze into campus parking. Under the hood, most models come equipped with a 2.4-liter 4-cylinder engine, though higher trims offer a beefier 3.5-liter V6 if you want a little more kick. It's available in both front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive configurations, which makes it a great pick whether you're commuting in the city or dealing with snow and dirt roads on the weekend. When it comes to fuel efficiency, you can expect about 20 miles per gallon in the city and 24 on the highway. Yeah, it's not groundbreaking, but fair for a reliable SUV of its time. Best of all, used RAV4s from this generation typically fall in the $5,000 to $10,000 range, depending on mileage and condition, making it a solid value for budget-conscious students. And this car also may not win any drag races, but what it lacks in excitement, it more than makes up for in dependability. Known for lasting well beyond 200,000 miles with basic maintenance, the RAV4 is the kind of car that'll stay loyal through exams, internships, and late-night Taco Bell runs. Honda CR-V. The Honda CR-V is the SUV version of that chill, responsible friend who always shows up on time, keeps snacks in the glove box, and somehow aces every group project. It gives you the same compact utility vibe as the Toyota RAV4, but with Honda's signature smooth engineering under the hood. Depending on the year, the CR-V comes with either a 2-liter or 2.4-liter inline-4 engine. Not a powerhouse, but just enough to keep your daily drives easy and efficient. In the city, it delivers around 19 miles per gallon, and on the highway, you could expect up to 24 miles per gallon, which means fewer gas station stops and more road trips. You'll get to choose between front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, depending on how adventurous you are or how snowy your winters get. Inside, there's a surprising amount of space, up to 72 cubic feet of cargo room if you fold the rear seats flat. Perfect for IKEA runs or weekend camping gear. You can also tow up to 1,500 pounds, so small trailers or bike racks are totally fair game. It rides smooth, the visibility is excellent, and the cabin layout is ultra practical, like it was designed by someone who actually uses their car for real life. And the downside? Older models can feel a little underpowered, especially when you floor it. And if your CR-V has a timing belt, not all do, replacing it can be a bit pricey because it's the definition of low maintenance. So the CR-V is reliable, cheap to repair, and nearly every mechanic on the planet knows how to fix it. It's the kind of car that won't betray you during finals week, even if you've forgotten its last oil change. Toyota Camry. Now, the Toyota Camry has earned its reputation as one of the most dependable sedans in the world, and for good reason. It's a car that quietly does everything right, without needing the spotlight. For college students who just want something that runs reliably, saves on gas, and doesn't cause problems, the Camry is an ideal choice. Most Camry models from the early 2000s to the 2010s come equipped with a 2.4-liter 4-cylinder engine. This engine isn't going to win any races, but it offers the perfect blend of reliability and fuel efficiency. Drivers could expect to get around 20 miles per gallon in city traffic and up to 29 miles per gallon on the highway, making it a fuel-conscious option for daily commutes and long weekend trips. Inside, the Camry keeps things simple and user-friendly. While older trims may not have flashy touchscreens or high-end materials, they make up for it with comfortable cloth seating, a spacious cabin, and a layout that just makes sense. Everything is easy to reach, easy to use, and built to last. Even the base models typically include power windows, cruise control, and decent air conditioning, which are more than enough for everyday use. The real appeal of the Camry lies in its reputation for long-term durability. With routine oil changes and basic care, many Camrys can easily surpass 200,000 miles without major issues. Parts are widely available, mechanics are familiar with every inch of it, and repair costs are often low. For a student living on a budget, that kind of peace of mind is priceless. On the road, the Camry feels calm and composed. It doesn't handle like a sports car, but it offers a smooth ride and quiet cabin, perfect for early morning classes or late-night drives home. The suspension soaks up bumps nicely, and the steering is responsive enough to feel confident behind the wheel without feeling overly sensitive. That said, if you're looking for excitement, the Camry won't give you a thrill. It's not flashy, and it won't turn heads at stoplights, but what it lacks in flair, it more than makes up for in consistency. It's the kind of car that always starts when you need it to, keeps running even when neglected, and still holds decent resale value years later. For college students who care more about showing up on time than showing off, the Toyota Camry remains a smart, stress-free choice. It's not just a car, it's a quiet, dependable partner that sticks with you through every stage of the college journey. Honda Civic. Now we have the Honda Civic, the undisputed GOAT of student cars. Used Civic models from the early 2000s through the 2010s are famous for being cheap, fuel-efficient, and absolutely reliable. Equipped with engines ranging from a 1.6-liter to a 1.8-liter inline-4, they usually produce between 106 to 140 horsepower, depending on the year and trim. Fuel economy is one of its strongest suits. Most models return around 25 miles per gallon in city driving and can reach as high as 36 or even 38 miles per gallon on the highway, especially well-kept automatic or manual versions from the mid-2000s. That kind of efficiency can translate into major savings on gas for students who are strapped for cash. Under the hood, the naturally aspirated engines, paired with either a 5-speed manual or a 4 to 5-speed automatic transmission, provide dependable performance and straightforward maintenance. The Civic's curb weight falls in the 2,600-pound range for sedans, helping it stay nimble in traffic and efficient on fuel. Interior space is practical, with seating for 5, an average cargo capacity of about 12.9 cubic feet in sedan models. Plenty for your textbooks, groceries, or a weekend's trip worth of luggage. Despite being compact, it feels surprisingly roomy inside. The Civic also boasts legendary parts and community support. Mechanics everywhere know how to work with them, and the massive aftermarket means replacement parts, upgrades, and DIY tutorials are widely available, making repair and customization cheap and straightforward. Of course, there are a couple of minor downsides. Some older units may have been modified by previous owners with dubious taste. Think loud exhausts or neon lights. Also, in snowy or humid climates, older Civics can show rust in certain areas. Still, those are small trade-offs for a car that can reliably carry you through college and beyond. When it comes to value, reliability, and fuel economy, all wrapped in an easy-to-maintain package, the Honda Civic still sits at the very top of the student car leaderboard. So, there you have it. From tough little trucks like the Ford Ranger to versatile hatchbacks like the Mazda 3, and of course my personal favorites, the Volkswagen Golf and Jetta, there's something here for every kind of student driver. Whether you go for practical, fun, or a little bit of both, the best car is the one that fits your budget, your lifestyle, and maybe leaves just enough in your pocket for late-night pizza runs. So, which one of these would you take to college? Let us know in the comments below. If this helped clear up some confusion, stick around for more honest, simple car guides. Thanks for watching, and as always, drive clean and drive safe.